Like this.
I did want to say though, one of these things, because I be working with people. One of the things that I see that I don't understand is when somebody has been in a relationship for a very long time, married or in a committed relationship, living with somebody, and then they get out the relationship and start rushing back into other relationships. I just now some people's this like uh people be having people on the side so they can move a person right in and all that. But I'm talking about like when people go find new people or whatever and they rush, even if they have somebody on the side. Me personally, I don't understand the logic behind a person who was married for 10 years, gets out of a relationship, and then they rush back to getting married again. Boy, I'm about to be a player like a mother. I'm not, no, man. I'm about to enjoy. I just keep like I don't understand that. I don't understand, but I do know why. People rush back into it because they feel there's a void and they feel like they have to be in a relationship. People want a relationship because people are, like you were saying, a healthy distraction for people from the reality of that they don't really want to face or face alone. So they find uh uh, they find courage and they find comfort in individuals, refuge in other individuals and other people. However, you know, you was who you was before you got here. So if a person leaves a relationship damaged, and or even if they leave the relationship on a high note, hey man, it's okay to like just date. You don't have to get married. Like, I, take your time. Don't move 1,000 people into your house when you just moved 1,000 people out. Fuck that.
Mm,
Enjoy your
mm,
house to yourself and what it looks like to
mm,
live by yourself and build and groom. And but people will move 5 people out, just move 5 new people in,
mm,
and then start complaining about those people all over again, like the people they just moved out because they just changing one distraction for another, clutter
mm,
for different clutter. It's just a
mm,
different name to it. So
mm,
I would just say to there is in some instances where you could still go out and date and do your thing, but don't be in a rush just to move the next group of people in your house or move into the next individual's house. And from me studying individuals that have done that, it just goes from one distraction to another or from one stress to
mm,
another. And oftentimes it doesn't work. And then, like you
mm.
said, they end up wasting years doing the same shit that they was already doing instead of something new, something improved, something different. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch on that when you asked the question when it's too soon to rush back into another relationship. It's too soon when you rush back into another relationship.
Facts, Jack.
Shit.
That's a fact. Hey, man. I think I think a lot of people do that shit though. But I think the reason that people do it is like you said, the comfortability. I,
Mm-hmm.
I get used to this, and now when I got to do this, how do I function? And I think a lot of times people do that, and I agree definitely with you, man. Take your time. Take your time. What they say, take your time, young man. My
Mm-hmm.
mama used to say, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Better not rush to get old.
Mm-hmm.
But my next question is, I was listening to what you said, and I'm gonna be a player like a motherfucker. Remember being, wait, how
No
much time we
cap.
got? Remember when niggas used to be players all the
Mm,
time, and then you
mm,
went through that life, and shit gets boring.
mm,
That shit gets boring. Um, I know a lot of young folks gonna be like, nigga, I get it, I get it, but you keep jumping bed to bed to bed to bed to bed to bed to bed. You're looking for something, you're chasing something. If you're chasing something, that means something's running from you. If it's running from you, that means it's not meant for you to have. Then you're putting your life on the line and playing and shooting craps. Now, like you said, and I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree. I think it is very profitable and prosperous to indulge in the fine arts and enjoy a new life experience. If you have to come across that. But I just wanted to ask that question because that's what we do, man. We ask questions that
Well,
may
first
not.
and foremost, I gotta set the record here, and you will chime in as I'm saying this because people get it twisted when you say player. First of all, they don't really know what that means, and we talked about this briefly on here before. Where we come from, it's not like a gang banging culture out here. That's SoCal and up in other places like Fresno and Sacramento, but right here in the Bay Area and all that, we have a code of conduct of where we were raised, and most of it is they call it pimp culture, is what they call it out here, and then outside that you have what is known as player code of conduct. So first and foremost, when we are talking about player, even though I say I'm gonna be a player like a motherfucker, jokingly, people think that that just means having a whole lot of women. That's what people think when you hear that, especially if they don't know the code of conduct that we're speaking of. It really, like we said on here before, is really a code of conduct like a gentleman, how you carry yourself. That's really what it means to like you recognize a player like, oh, cuz a player, you know what I mean? And situations can be diffused before they erupt. You can be adapt to any environment and be comfortable in the environment, being who you are and carrying yourself a certain way. It's how you carry yourself. It's a code of conduct. Now, on the other side of that, the commercialized side is like having a lot of women sleeping around. But when we're saying, I just want to make sure I don't want nobody to get it misconstrued, that we mean how you carry yourself and the decisions that you make are player. I'm not gonna rush into no drama or no type of, you know, things will get diffused and I'll make a player decision before I make a unplayer decision. Like that one player, that was. But yeah, when it comes to the side of you know, having a lot of women or women having a lot of men, at some point it does that those is distractions. They're distracting themselves with and feeling a craving
At some
with,
point, that should get expensive.
oh yeah, it's definitely
At
expensive,
some
but
point, that shit is expensive.
at some point you go find the right one. By process of the you go find somebody and they go do something that motherfucker, oh shit, hey now.
But do you really want to, for the fellas, do you really want a female that's hella bad? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know everybody's gonna be like, hell yeah. But you gotta think like this. If you was out here, if you caught her, remember how you caught her, somebody else did too.
For sure.
Remember what she had on when she was out there when you pulled a nigga, you wasn't the only nigga looking. You ain't the only nigga who got that number that day.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? You
For
ain't the
sure.
only one who was doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like for me, when I say player, you know what I'm saying, or pimping or however you want to call it, that means just like you say, man, we had a roster. We had our rosters.
Mm-hmm.
But as you get older, your rosters start shrinking because for one, testosterone and shit, that shit ain't the same like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? As you
Mine
get
is
older,
higher
that
than
shit.
ever. Mine is
Hey,
higher
shut
than
the
ever.
fuck up, Peyton. Yours. Oh, shit harder than ever.
I don't even know how this roof is on right now. My shit higher
this
than ever, bro.
this guy, right? Right.
Trying to bring Fit
So
Club, nigga.
Blue Chew, nigga. Hey, listen. Hey, man. Well, all I'm saying is, you as you get older, you don't want to be fucking on everything and everybody all the
No.
time. That shit gets tiring,
Yeah.
man. A lot of
Yeah.
times, you just want somebody to kick back and watch TV with.
Some
As you get in
substance.
our
Some
some
substance.
substance, as we get into this age group that we in,
Yeah.
still young men, but older than we're young enough to get into the club with you, but we old enough to give you some game.
Exactly.
When you get to this age bracket, you already didn't have sex with all the girls that you can have with, and if you're a young woman, you didn't have sex with all the dudes you want to have sex with. Before you start looking for that substance, you start thinking that the ejaculation, male or female, it's a lot better when it has substance.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with somebody just to be dealing with somebody just because you're trying to get off, then you gonna
feel
stay.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, you because here's the thing, especially if you ain't using protection, now you're just throwing your life on a crap table.
Yeah.
And then what if you do find the person that you want to, hey,
Oh
this
shit.
is my person, but now I done threw my shit on the crap table, my life on a crap table, or something that got me where I can't be with this person.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
being a player, man, if you're a young college student, you know, high school, college student, high school, get your education, but y'all gonna be hot in the ass anyway. So protection. College students, that's what you're in college for, man. Live your fucking life. You gonna this is where you do your thing at. Enjoy that shit, because by the time you start hitting your late 20s, early 30s, you want to start looking like, all right, what am I really trying to do with myself? And then once you get in them 30s, it's good to have that person that can walk that road with you, that can walk that line with you and help you get to there, because that's where you start saying, because here's the thing, you don't want to go a partner, because your partner becomes your best friend. I want to talk to you. I want to tell you how my day is. I want to know how your day went. How did we grow it to you? This is what you start looking for. You're looking for that substance. You're looking for that companionship. You're looking for that person that makes you smile, that can be your peace and you be theirs. And so even at some point, if you, and I'm agreeing with what you said too, you don't leave one long term and then jump into another one. But on the other side of that, some people do. Some people do.
A lot of people do. Yeah.
Some people do. And not to say that it's all bad, because
no.
if you know what it is that and this is where people have to make the best practice for them and make the best judgment call for them, and the best self-awareness for them, because it's your life. Live your life, and remember, you owe nobody no explanations. I don't owe you no explanation. If I want to do this, I'm going to do this because it's what I want to do. If it fucks up on me, guess who it fucks up on? On me. If you do something that fucks up on you, guess who it fucks up on? It fucks up on you. So I say that to say, when you start making your decisions and shit like that, and you make your decision, make them shit based on what you want to do, because you don't have to wait all day, and you don't want to jump into it. But just know that whatever you do, make sure that it has substance, make sure it has the feel that you want, the value, and if you need some more testosterone, go to Train the Brain. That
Train the Brain Fit Club.
Off.
Man, I'm telling you, I don't even know how this motherfucker going right now.